So this meeting is being recorded. So the meeting is being recorded. Now, I want us to focus on this question for qualitative analysis, and that one is a question for April 2023. Question number 2B. So once you join, you mute. Once you join, you mute. Now, April 2023, question number 2B, and this is what the question says. I will read it. Now, the question says, the time taken to complete a particular task was measured for 250 students, and the results were shown below. Now, we have the time taken in minutes and the number of workers. And if you can check it clearly, the number of workers, so we don't have the value of X and the value of Y. Required number one, determine the value of X given that the medium time taken to complete the task is 40.5 minutes. It's 40.5 minutes, 6 marks. Number two, determine the value of Y. Determine the value of Y given that the model time taken to complete the task is 41.5. Now let's do it. Let us do it together and see how the examiner wanted us to handle it. Let us see how the examiner wanted us to do it. So time taken in minutes. So we start with the time taken. Now remember it is in minutes. Minutes. Then you need to come up with a frequency. Frequency. Then cumulative. Cumulative frequency. Cumulative frequency. If I don't up to that point, it's okay. Now let me stop sharing. I know you have the question now. Now, so I hope you can see now my board. I hope now you can see my board. Now let us see. Tuanze na ya kwanza. Let me nipeleke mbele kidogo. Hapo. I think iko sawa. So in case you want to niambia. So you have 0 to 5. 0 to 5. 5 to 10. 10 to 15. 15 to 20. 20 to 25. 25 to 30. 30 to 40. 40 to 50. 50 to 60. Then 60 and above. Then 50 and above. 50 and above. Frequency, we have 2, 3, 5, 18, X, 100, Y, and 15. Now, so you work in the box. Now, cumulative frequency, the first one. What will be our first cumulative frequency? Yeah, itakuwa 2. Next.
4.
4. Next.
7.
Next.
12.
12. Next.
17.
Next.
35.
35. Next.
35 plus 8.
Next.
135 plus
135
x.
plus x. 135 plus x.
Next.
135 plus x
135
plus y.
plus y.
Next.
150 plus x
150
plus y.
plus x plus y.
Hadi hapo tuko sawa? Kuna mwenye amepotea hadi hapo that point? Now, let's go back to our question. Anatuambia determine the value of x when the median is 40.5. Now, remember formula of median? So median is equals to L. Yeah. Hii iko na ink mingi. Let me check in a bit kitabu. More ink. Okay, no, let me use the just a minute. Sawa. I think nitaitumia tu venye iko hivyo. Acha nipanguze kidogo tu. Sipaki ink. Na tunasema that our median from the question umetuambia ni ngapi? No, the formula first. Remember the formula for median? Ilikuwa L plus I over F.
Over f in brackets m minus c.
Now, how do we get our M? It is equals to, now ukiangalia our total number of N ni 250. Is that correct?
Yes.
Total number of
Yeah.
N. So itakuwa ni N over
n
2.
N over 2, meaning 250 over 2, which is,
125.
now where does the 125 lie in our part here?
Hatujui.
Unaangalia that 5 plus x is hapa 1.5 plus x.
Lakini sinaweza kuwa x inaweza kuwa great number ukiadd that 5 plus x.
Hata sio hivyo, fanya hivi, tumepatiwa L. Tumepatiwa our median. Ametupatia kama ngapi?
40.5.
Now, where does this lie here?
40.5.
Inarai wapi? Between which value and which one?
40 to 50.
So tunajua iko hapa katikati. We know the exact figure. So tunajua iko wapi? Hapo. So kumaanisha ina lie hapa somewhere here. Meaning, with that information, we can get our L. Now, with this information, what will be our L for that information?
40.
40. Haya. I 10 sivyo? Haya. What else do we need? M ni ngapi? M it is 125. Sivyo?
Yeah.
Kwa sababu ni N over 2. What about C? C
35 plus x.
35 plus x. What else? F. F ni ngapi? F
100.
100. Now you can input into our formula. Let us input our formula. Our median, najua ni 40.5. Is equals to our L, imeniambia ni 40, plus I, ni 10, over F, 100, our M ni 125, minus 125, minus 35, plus X. Now find the value of X. The value of X, iko tumepata. Now let us do it together. Tukisema 40.5 is equal to 40 plus 10 divided by 100. 10 divided by 100.
0.1.
0.1 into bracket 125. Let us open the bracket. If we open the bracket, itakuwa minus. If we open the bracket, itakuwa
Minus
hapa.
35. Minus x. Minus x.
Yes. Now tupeleke huku side ingine 40. Let us bring this 40 on the other side. So 40.5 minus 40. Narudia 0. So ikuje huku. Itakuwa 0.5 is equals to. Now let's open this bracket. 0.1 times 125 times 0.1. 12.5 minus 0.1 times 35. 3.5 minus 0.1 x. Now, hii nika kusema yani kuja hapa 0.5 is equal to 12.5 minus 3.5. Hiyo ni ngapi? 9 minus 0.1 x. So peleka hiyo 9 huku. Turudisha hii 9 ikuje side hii. Itakuwa ni 0.5 minus 9. 0.5 minus 9. 0.5 minus 9. Yes.
Negative 8.5.
8.5.
8 is equal to minus 0.1 x. Find the value of x. So x will be equal to negative 0.8 divided by negative 0.1. Hii ni 85. Yakuja ngapi? Value of x. Now tupata value of x. Now part B we need to use the formula because I'm sorry nimetuambia, but unaweza confirm even before you do part B. Unaweza jua your x ni ngapi, your y. Si ni kweli? Even without doing part B. Sivyo? We know our total frequency ukiadi zote. Our total frequency tunajua ni ngapi? We know our total frequency ni 250. Na ukiangalia hapa hii ya mwisho is our total frequency 150 plus x plus y must be equal to what? Must be equal to what?
250.
250. But tunajua value yote ya x 150 plus 85 plus y is equal to 250. Na find y. Y itakuwa ngapi? 250 minus 150 minus 85. Unapata ngapi?
15.
Now, let us do part B. So in an exam, lazima ungetumia hii method ya mode. So for example, alikuwa nataka kuona if you can apply the formula for mode in short. Now mode, how do you get mode? Tutumie ile formula ya mode is equals to L plus FM minus F1 over FM minus F1 plus FM plus F2. Unakumbuka hii formula? Do you remember that formula? Now ukitumia formula, you need to get the value. Now mode of ni ngapi? Mode in the question. What the value for mode? Mode nasema ni 41.5. So you go within the range kama hii. 41.5. So in a range hapa. Still two in the same range hapo. Now what's our L from that range? Sababu iko katikati ya between 40 and 50. So what would be our L? Our L? Our L? So mode ndio 41.5 meaning iko on the same line hapa, iko katikati between 40 to 50. So what is our L? Yes,
40.
Brenda. 40. FM. FM. What's our frequency? FM.
One 100.
Yes, 100. Aya. F1. Nyajua ya chini.
85. Ya juu.
85. Hiyo ni tulipata X. Aya. F2 ya chini, which is?
Y.
Now, input that one in our formula. Then tuone kama utapata. Now, our mode, it is 41.5. Which is equals to 40 plus. Now, tunaanza na FM. Niambia ni 100 minus 85. We divide it by 100 minus 85 plus 100 minus Y. Now, interval ni ngapi?
10.
10. Now, tuanze na kuminus. So, tulete 40 huku. Turudishe 40 side nyingine. So, 41.5. 41.5 minus 40 ni 1.5. Is equals to, aya, to minus ya juu na chini. 100 minus 85 ni 15. So, 15 over 15 plus 100 minus Y multiplied by 10. Now divide by each side by 10. Divide each side by 10. So divide each side. So tunajua I ni 10. Divide each side by 10. Now divide by 10 huku na divide by 10 huku. So 1.5 divided by 10 is 0.15.
0.15.
And then huku inaisha. Itakuwa ni 15 over 15 plus 100. 115 minus Y. Now let us multiply each side by 150 minus Y. Itakuwa ni 0.15. 115 minus Y is equal to 15. So 0.15 times 115. 17.5 minus 0.15 Y is equal to 15. So go minus 0.15 Y is equal to, now 17 and go. The other side, we minus in the other side. Itakuwa ni 15 minus 17 point. Itakuwa ni minus 2.25. Find the value of Y. Itakuwa minus 2.25 divided by minus 0.15. I hope the answer is 15. So 2.25 divided by 0.15. Are you getting 15? Are you getting 15?
Yes.
Any question concerning that one? So your frequency X is 5, Y is 15. So when you add the total, it will give you to 50. Is that okay? Is that fine?
Yes.
I think that one is okay. December 2022. That will be the last question we'll be doing. December 2022. Question number 4B. December 2022. Question number 4B. That will be the last question. So that we can get to enroll our notes. So that we can continue with our notes. Other notes you can find for your descriptive statistics. So kindly make sure you review. Hizo notes nimewatumia kwa group. Kwa sababu msipo review itawaramba. December 2022. December 2022. The question is question number 4B. Question number 4, boy. Question number 4, boy. Now let us see what the question required us to do. So let me look for the question. Then we do it together. Let me share the screen. And then someone had to name. Someone had to submit. Let me share the screen. Someone had to submit. Mañana screen. So nimeshare.
The following data relates to the number of computers sold each day over the last 40 working days by a leading computer firm. Required: the model number of computers sold. Roman 2, the quartile division of the number of computers sold. 3, the quartile coefficient of skewness of the number of computers sold. Interpret your results.
Good. Now, allow me to stop sharing the screen so that we can go back to our board. Anyway, before we go back to our board, let me do away with this board. Let me grab the board first, then we move on. Now, hizi maswali hazikuangi ngumu actually. You cannot, hapo huwezi kosa marks zako, hizi ni marks za bure. Hizo zinakuanga ni marks za bure. Hazinanga mambo. So as we agreed yesterday, today we need to finish this QA so that we concentrate with a call from tomorrow up to weekend, so that by Monday mko mnafanya revision. So my idea is that from Monday it will be you with your books doing revision. So, and make sure you do as many questions as possible. I have a revision kit for QA. I will share today. I have a revision for, but you don't trust that revision kit. It can have a lot of errors. So it is there to guide you. But anything that is being presented, that revision kit might or might not be the final answer. But I just want to share with you so that maybe you can find a concept there. Maybe hatukuweza kuongelea kwa class, so that it will also help you to do your revision. As long as already, the good thing now, you have the idea. So that one should not be a word. Okay. Now I hope you can see my board. Remember to look at my board. So December 2022, question number 4B. Now we have the intervals. We have the intervals, frequency, then cumulative frequency. So me take a evolve because of time. So we have 10 to 15. Frequency is 12. What will be the cumulative? 12. We have 15, 20, frequency 18, cumulative itakuwa ngapi? 13. 20 to 25, frequency 35. What will be cumulative?
65.
65.
Then kutoka kwa 20 to 25 to 30, our frequency total
107.
107.
that is 35, 50, Total
157.
35, 40. This one is 45. Total
202.
and then 40, 45, 30, 230,
2.
2, then 45, 50, which is 8. But you're happy?
240.
Now they want us to find the model of the mode. It is equal to L plus FM. I prefer this method. This one is the best method to use, unlike the others. Then what you get, remember to multiply with your interval. Now, let us input. What's our L? Now, before we do our L, we need to find N over 2. N over 2 ni ngapi? 240 divided by 2 ni ngapi?
120.
120. So we shall use this information. So you go happy? 120, where does it lie? Upper. Between that to that 5. Is that correct?
Vegetarian? Yes.
So what would be our L? What would be our L?
I was actually thinking
30.
lines of like red curry,
FM
cheese, and
50. F1. F1.
42.
42.
40.
who's dead? Nobody. We start yet.
45. 45.
I got a problem.
I.
5. 5.
Now let us find it now. Now our model. That one is 40 plus. Now FM tomorrow in got 50. 50 minus 42 over 50 minus 42 plus 50 minus 45, then times 5. Now what will be your answer?
33.08.
That's the answer. 33. Sikusikii type. Kuna huyu anaongea lakini anakatika katika. You can say to type. You can decide to type. Ezra. Aya, number 2. So after typing it, we can move on. Number 2. Number 2 alikuwa anasema we calculate what? Quarter deviation. Now what is the formula for quarter deviation? Let me confirm if you are supposed to calculate quarter deviation. Yes, quarter deviation number 2. So quarter deviation kwenye
Q3 minus Q1 divided by 2.
Q3 minus Q1 divided by 2. Now we need to find the Q3 and the Q1. Q1, doesn't like Q1, you can do it here. L plus I over F, M minus C. But for Q1, remember M itakuwaje? For Q1, itakuwa N over 4. Is that correct?
Yes.
Now let us find it. Itakuwa ni 240 divided by 4. Itatupea ngapi?
$60.
60. Is it 60? So where does it lie? Sixty in a lie wapi? Between which one? Between which interval?
20
20
to
25.
25.
Now 20 to 25. Tries that point. Our M the 20. Our M unajua ni 60. Our C the
30.
previous. Yes. Our F,
35.
our I,
5.
5. Let's find the median for Q1. So median for Q1. So median for Q1 itakuwa ni L, our L ni 120 plus our I ni 5 divided by frequency, which is 35, over M, which is 60, minus 30. So what will be our Q1?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, yes.
In our the first question yenye ilitaka tufanye the model number of the computer sold. There's an error where umeweka hapo hivyo hapo process limit kwa 40 instead of 30.
Wapi hapo? Hapa.
Under L should be 30.
L should be 30. Oh, hapa. Now,
Yes.
is the same answer the same?
Yes.
Oh, so. Okay, that one is fine. Now, what's our median for Q1?
24.29.
24.29.
9.
Now, let's find Q3. Q3 itakuwa ni our M itakuwa equal to 3M. Is that correct? Our M.
Yes.
Itakuwa ni 3 times 240 over 4. Where does it lie?
180.
180. So where does it lie?
157.
Under
Under 157 or in 157?
no.
Then
157.
It lies between 2. 35 to 40.
35?
To 40.
Yes, that's
True.
So our L, lower class secondary is 35.
35. Yeah.
Our M, 180. Our C,
157.
our what else? Our
F.
I,
5.
our F,
We want it together.
our F.
Much me.
42.
Let's find it. Median. So median for Q3. So what's our M? 35 plus our I is 5 over frequency, which is 45. Our M 180 minus 157. What is the answer?
37.56.
37.56. So you can find our QD is 37.56 minus what? 24?
29.
24.29.
Divided by 2. So how much is that?
6.66. 6.66.
6.64. 43? Nani nini?
No. 6.6635.
6.6. 6.
3, 5.
3,
3,
5.
5. No, there is no 6.
Now, part 3, quartile coefficient of skewness. Now, I can give you the formula. If I give you the formula, I know you can do it. But hatujafanya skewness anyway. But let me give you the formula what will inakaa. Coefficient of skewness. This is the formula. Q3 minus Q1 plus Q1 minus 2 multiplied with the median over Q3 minus Q1. Now, ukiona formula, can you do that question? So what you need is to find the median. What you need is to find what? What ifanye?
Median.
Ifanye?
Yes. Yes.
So what you need is to find the median. Now, so we have the Q3, tunajua our answer for Q3 tumeona ni 37.56. Q1 is 24.29. Now we need to find the normal median. The normal median, kumbuke our M, normal median, na kwanga ni N over 2. So let us find, yes, let us find this one, quartile coefficient of skewness. Now allow me to wrap this part. Itatoshea hapo. I think that space is enough for that one. Now let us find median. Median. Remember, for you to get median, median is equal to M plus I over F, M minus N. But we know M ni N over 2. For median, it is to 40 over 2, which is 120. Here in arrive with which part? Where does it lie?
157.
So what will be our L?
Sure. Yeah. On the ground.
30.
L,
And 30.
30. Our F,
50. Yeah. Our M.
120. Our C, our C,
107.
F, our F,
50.
50. F, inabaki our I.
5.
Let us put it here. So our L, F1 is 30 plus I, 5 over F, which is 50. And then 120 minus 107. So how much is that?
31.3.
31.3. Now, quartile coefficient of skewness. Quartile coefficient. Coefficient of skewness. One is Q3 plus Q1 minus 2 median over Q3 minus Q1. So Q3 to represent the upper, that's 7.56. That 7.56 plus Q1 due 24.96, 24.29 minus 2 times that 1 point.
The median is
3.
32.17.
30.
2.17.
The 2.07. Uko sure? Nadhani the 2.07. Sawa sawa. Q3 that 7.5. Yes.
Median with actually 1.3.
That 1.3 tena. Now find the skewness. Quarter coefficient of skewness. Itakuwa minus what? Itakuwa ni minus 0.
Minus 0.0565.
Now we shall do that later. Shall give the notes for that one later. But in an exam, if you are to do it, then that's how you are supposed to do it. So if you are to do it, that's how you are supposed to handle it. I think haina mambo doesn't have a lot of item. Now from that point, is that one fine? Any questions concerning that one? Yes. Any question? So jana tulifika mpaka wapi? Did we talk about range? Did you talk about range?
Yes.
Every day.
Did we give advantages and disadvantages of quarter deviation?
No.
Let us give advantages.
You're taking us to Portland.
Let us give the advantages and disadvantages of this method. Advantages and disadvantages of these methods. And that will mark the end of quartile deviation. That will mark the end of quartile deviation. I think you can handle any question if you find it in an exam. So advantages and disadvantages of quartile deviation. So that we can talk about standard deviation. Here, we need to talk about standard deviation. We need to talk about standard deviation. Now, advantage of quartile deviation. Advantages of quartile deviation. Of quartile deviation. Advantages of quartile deviation. Number one, it is superior to range. It is superior to range. Kwanza, it is superior. It is a superior method compared to range. Number two, it has a special utility. It has a special utility for measuring variation. For measuring variation. So it has a special utility for measuring variation in the case of open-ended distribution. In the case of open-ended distribution. Distribution. It is useful. It is useful in badly skewed distribution. Now, badly skewed distribution are another distribution which you cannot say what is the direction of the tail. So you cannot easily say what is the direction of the tail of that data. So in that case of a situation, it can be positively skewed or negative skewed. In that case situation, QD is the most appropriate method to use. It is not affected by extreme value. It is not affected by it is not affected at all by extreme observations of values. Disadvantages. Disadvantages of QD. Disadvantages of QD. Disadvantages of QD, as we say, it ignores the 50% items. It ignores the 50% items. It ignores the 50% item. It ignores the 50% item. Number two, it is not capable. It is not capable or mathematical or algebraic treatment. They are not capable for mathematical or the algebraic treatment. Its value is highly affected. Its value is affected by fluctuation of sampling. By sampling fluctuation. By sampling fluctuation. You can say it is not a measure. It is not really a measure of dispersion. It's not a really measure of dispersion because it does not tell us or show the scatteredness around the average. Around the average. But rather, a distance on scale. But rather a distance on scale. But rather a distance on scale. Wewe nimeinama. Nimeinama ama iko sawa?
Nimerudi sawa.
Sawa sawa. Now that is all about it. That's all about quarter deviation. That's all about quarter deviation. I think there's nothing else to add on that. So that's all about the quartile deviation. Now, I want us to talk about the mean deviation, then by then the standard deviation. We talk about the mean deviation, then standard deviation. So mean deviation, then standard deviation. Standard deviation will be the last item of the measure of this person, so that we can talk about skewness, moments, and kurtosis. So mean deviation. There's another one. Mean deviation. Mean deviation. And we say it is called average. It's also called average deviation. Also called average deviation. It is defined as the average distribution. As the average distribution. It is defined as the average distribution. It is defined as the average distribution. Not distribution, well. Not distribution. Mimi nasema nini hapa? It is defined as the average of the deviation. It is supposed to be of the deviation. Of the deviation of items. Of the items. It is defined. Sorry. It is defined. It is defined as the average of the deviation of the items from arithmetic mean, from arithmetic mean, AM, arithmetic mean, median, or mode. So, about the average deviation. So, on an average basis, how does the mean deviation divert from the other measures of this of central tendency? That's what we call the deviation, the average deviation. Now, another statement. All the deviation in calculation are taken positively. Positively, full stop, and we say, what does it mean? In other words, comma, the algebraic sign, the algebraic signs, are not taken into account. Are not taken into account. The algebraic signs are not taken into account. Now, then we say, this is an absolute. This is an absolute measure of dispersion. of dispersal, which may also be called mean absolute deviation. Mean absolute deviation. So it might also be called the mean absolute deviation. The mean absolute deviation. Formulas that were for ungrouped data. So in case of ungrouped data, what will be the mean deviation? So mean deviation, MD, mean deviation is equal to summation x over n. But remember our d, x, deviation from mean. dx is the deviation from the mean. Deviation from the mean, n number of items. N number of items. And then remember MD. MD ni mean deviation. MD is the mean deviation. MD is the mean deviation. Now, if calculated from the median, now allow me to rub juu. And then a formula. Now, what if you have calculated from median? What is the mean deviation? The mean deviation, if you calculate it from the median, the mean deviation, in case you calculate it from the median. So mean deviation, in case you calculate it from the median. So MD if calculated from median, let's say that MD will be equal to DM, summation of DM over N. DM, deviation from the median. Deviation from median. Remember kama tumia formula x the mean, the deviation from the mean. So in this case x mean, upper M median, so deviation from the median. I have group data. Group data. MD, that one is the summation of, we have frequency dx over n, or MD, summation of f dm in the case of median. In the case you calculate it from the median, over n, over n. NB, because I share hapa, but let us write it. No, it's very important. NB, let me use a red pen. NB, I will use a red pen and say, if the distribution is symmetrical, if the distribution is symmetrical. Symmetrical. If the distribution is symmetrical, the average into bracket. Remember, I'm talking about mean or median. Remember, you're talking about mean or median in our case. We are making use of mean and median in our formula. So mean or median, which is plus or minus mean deviation. Mean deviation. Mean deviation is the range. That will include 57.5%. 7.5% of the observation. Okay. Observation in the series. In the series. And then number 2, if it is model skewed. So is number 1. Number 2, if it is moderate skewed, if it is moderate skewed, then we expect an approximately. Then we expect an approximately an approximately 57.5% 11.5% of observation to fall within the range. Within the range. Then, if the average deviation is small, if that deviation is small, the distribution is highly compact. The distribution is highly compact. The distribution is highly compact or uniform. Or uniform, since more than half of the cases are concentrated within a small range. Within the small range around the mean. Now those are some of the NP that you might need to know, but not necessarily. Now, but the important information here is that when we have an average deviation which is small, when you find an average deviation which is small, then it means that the series is more uniform, or the data is more uniform. So the data is more uniform. So that's what it means. The data is more uniform. Now, coefficient of mean deviation. Coefficient of mean deviation. Coefficient of mean deviation coefficient of the mean deviation. Kama imetestiwa in an exam so far, but I think it's not yet tested. In case I test, at least you will have an idea of what they are talking about. Okay, so we don't have to waste a lot of time. Let's move on. So tutafanya swali yenye kuna median, where we shall use median, and we shall also do a question where we shall use mean. So don't worry about it. We shall do one for mean, one for median. Those examples will be enough. Now let's define what is it. So coefficient of mean deviation, it is also called relative measure of dispersal. Relative measure of dispersal. Now, kumaanisha the item is either in percentage or in ratio. Get the word relative. The item is either in ratio or in percentage or something, but not a full whole figure. So it is expressed in a ratio, particular ratio. Now we can say that it is found by dividing. It is found by dividing. It is found by dividing mean deviation. Mean deviation by that measure of central tendency. By that measure of central tendency, or the average. I know when I talk about central tendency, you know what is it. So for example, kama umeamua kutumia mean deviation, ulitumia median, then uta divide na median. If you try to determine mean deviation using mean, then uta divide na mean. Uta divide hapa na mean. So it depends. So mwenye ametumia median ata divide na median to get the coefficient. Mwenye ametumia mean ata divide na mean. So that one depends with the question. That one depends with the question. Now, but let us write it. Coefficient of mean deviation. Coefficient of mean deviation. CMD. Coefficient of mean deviation is equal to our mean deviation divided by mean or median. Mean or median, depending on the equation. Am I depending with you? What did you use? Not depending with you. Now, what did you use? Illustration. Now we shall do how many illustration? One. We shall do 1, 2, 3. We shall do 4 illustration. So don't worry about that one. So that we do standard deviation. Once we do that one, we introduce standard deviation. We introduce standard deviation. Now that one is okay. So illustration. Sinirab tu kila kitu. Niandike your formula. I'm giving you 1 minute. For the that's the formula there. So write it. So before you do away with that. But we are doing well. I think we cannot complain. This we have been trying. So the important thing is we are trying to do what is required of us. So as I said, I will share you do the notes for echo today. Venye niliwatumia ya QA jana. Today I will share for echo. so that you can also get into those notes and see what hatujafanya, so that maybe you can also do it, because sometimes you might find that I missed something. But I think there's nothing that we are missing. We have used all the, tunaenda na syllabus inatakikana. Okay, illustration number 1. Illustration number 1. Sijui kama nakumbuka kufanya hizo maswali, let us see. Angalia. Inasema calculate MD. Calculate MD and the coefficient and its coefficient. And its coefficient from the data below. From data below. Now we have incomes. All right. Hii yangu kama imeisha. I need to buy a new pen. 3,000, 4,000, 4,200, 4,400, 4,600, 4,800, 5,800. Now solution. So we shall use median. So let us find median first. Now, for this kind of a data, individual data, how are we finding the median?
You find n.
So itakuwa ni n. Is it n over 2 or n plus 1 over 2?
N plus 1 over 2.
So n plus 1 over 2. So what's our number of n? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 plus 1 over 2, which is 8. Then we do what? Should we rearrange the figures from smallest to the largest?
They're already in that order.
Oh, it's already in that order. So can we go in that order to count? 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ai. Ni maajabu.
8 divided by 2 is 4.
Eh?
8 divided by 2, you get 4.
Hapa ni 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So our mean is median, not mean. Median. B. Now we need to find the deviation. So how do we find the deviation? Tulisema MD is the summation of DM over N. Now what will be our summation? Then aje. Hapo itakuwaje jamani? But remember, we are supposed to ignore what? the negative figure kama sijakosea. We are supposed to ignore the negative figure. Is that correct? Everyone see kama utapata correct answer. Or how do we get the deviation? Yeah. We need to find D. We need to find D. Deviation from the median, DM. So do you minus, tunachukua huyu na minus huyu. That's 3,000.
Excuse me, hazionekani vizuri.
Nini haionekani?
Mbona
Yes.
ionekani?
Uko sure?
Yes.
What about the rest?
Inaonekana.
So unaweza log out then log in. You can log out then log in. You can log out then you log in. Now let's find the deviation DM. So tunachukua 3,000 minus our median. For our median. So 3,000 minus 4,400. No, 1,400. Remember, you ignore the signs. So ukumbuke, you ignore the signs. Nilikuwa nimwambia somewhere. So ignore, that will be on you now. Now 4,000 minus 4,000 minus 4,400, which is 400. I have 4,200 minus that one, 200. I have 4,400 minus 4,400, 0. Minus 46, 200. 48 minus 44, 400. Then 58, 1,400. Total summation of DM. Add zote 1,400 plus 400 plus 200 plus 200 plus 400 plus 1,400. Mapana ngapi?
4,000.
4,000. Now MD. You're going to 4,000. Number of item.
Number of items.
7.
Which is 571. So this is our MD. 571.43. Unapata hivyo? Now
Yes.
coefficient of
Yes.
deviation is our MD over median in this case. Haya, itakuwa ngapi hiyo? Itakuwa ni 571.43 divided by median 40. So divided by 4,000. Mpata ngapi?
0.1. 0.1.
Yeah.
Iko sawa? Iko sawa? You also try to use mean. I don't know if it atupatia the same answer. Let us try. Let us try and see if we can use mean. Ilikuwa ni median. Let us use mean. Remember our mean. Our mean. Summation of x over n. So add all the x together. Add all the x's together.
Te quiero.
Adi? Adi niyo? Let's use mean also.
itakuwa
Mean itakuwa ngapi?
30,800.
Tunasema ni 3,000.
4,000.
Acha tufanyie hao wenye wajaelewa. 4,200, 4,400, 4,600, 4,800, 5,800. Divided by number of n, which is 7. Napata ngapi?
30,800.
30.
800.
Oh, 3,800.
800.
Hivyo.
30,008. No.
Amesema mean, divide by
30,800.
7.
Itakuwa 4,400.
44.
Itakuwa 4,000.
400.
400.
Itakuja hivyo same. Sasa kumaanisha our dx itakuwa to the same as 4,000. Is that correct? Kwa sababu median ni the same na mean. Sivyo? Itakuwa to the same. Then our MD itakuwa ni 4,000 over n, which is the same answer, 57.43. Then CMD itakuwa ni 571.43 divided by our mean. Our mean is 4,400, which is to be equal to 0.143. Now, illustration number 2. Illustration number 2. Illustration number 2. Illustration number 2. Now, allow me to drop this one. Kama hujaandika screenshot. Kama hujaandika screenshot. Kama haujaandika screenshot. Sababu naenda kuivuta saa hii. So illustration number 2. Calculate the MD and its coefficient from the following data. Let me put it the data. So calculate mean deviation and its coefficient from the following data. Let me write for you the data. Let me write for you the data. So we have X and F. Now when it is 10, frequency is 3. It's coded 11, frequency 12. Ikuja 12, frequency 18. 13, frequency 12. 14, frequency 3. Now solutions. Solutions. How do we go about it? Solution. Now, kitu kwanza nafaa kukumbuka the formula. MD, summation of frequency, DM, tutatumia median, over, now we need to divide by n, but remember now in this case our n, the frequency, because we have frequency. So in that case, our F, the quality frequency. Now let us solution. So we have X X, F. We need to find the cumulative frequency. Reason why are we finding cumulative frequency? Because of finding the median. Yeah. Then you need to find DM. Then F, DM. We're gonna 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 3, 12, 18, 12. Cumulative itakuwa ni 3, 15, 33, 45, 48. Is that okay? Now, we need to find the median. Itakuwa the size of, is it n over 2 or n plus 1 over 2? Is it n plus 1 or n over 2?
N over 2.
N over 2.
So itakuwa ni 48 divided by 2, which is
24.
now what's our median? Where does it lie? In a lie hapa. Is that correct? Or cumulative, sivyo? So meaning our median ni ngapi? Our median ni ngapi?
12.
Hey.
12.
Yes?
12.
Yes, our median is 12. Ongea na nguvu na ongea sauti. Okay, 12. Now, we need to find DM. Itakuwa ni X minus our median. So, minus, so 10 minus 12 minus 2. Sema tuna ignore, you ignore. 11 minus 12 minus 1, tuna ignore. Naeka 1. 12 minus 12, 0. 13 minus 12, 1. 14 minus 12, 2. Total. So what would be the summation?
6.
6. Okay, anyway, we don't need that one. But that's summation ya huyu. So let's find this summation ya huyu mwingine. Summation of FDM. Now tuanze. F times FDM. So 3 times 2, 6. 12 times 1, 12. 18 times 0, 0. 12 times 1, 12. 3 times 2 is 6. What would be our summation?
36.
30?
6.
Now we can get our MD. 36 of our total F frequency. Ngapi? $48. So what is our MD? What's our MD?
0.75.
What about CMD? The MD of a median 0.78 of our median tulipata ngapi? Median ilikuwa 12. So divided by 12.
0.75.
Uko sure? Uko sure 0.75? Uko sure?
Yes.
Yes. Sawa. Let's go to second last example. Let's go to our second last example. Let's go to our second last example. Then that will be the end. So another 2 examples. Now compute mean deviation and the coefficient. It is coefficient. So compute the mean deviation and its coefficient from the following data. Now let me give you the data. So kama hujaandika hiyo malizia. What is the time now? So remember we need to also meet from 5, sivyo? So tusipomaliza leo, itabidi tumalizia kesho asubuhi. But we need to meet from 5 also. So that tuanze econ. Juu econ najua ni theory mingi yote tunaweza kuanga tunaongea tu. Najua econ unaweza ongea. That's a good thing about it. For QA, we need to sit down with our pen and do math. Now, let me give you the data. Now we are going, this data I'm giving you, it's a continuous data. It's a continuous data. Now, the same question tumefanya, try use mean. So, to me mean kwa sababu, for you to calculate mean iko na mambo mingi, you need to find the midpoint, you need to find the value of the x bar. Which ni mambo mingi. So, the question does not limit you. You can use mean or median, whichever you want. So, when you unaona kwako ni rahisi, you use it. So, whichever unaona kwako itakuwa rahisi compute. Kama ni mean ama ni median, examiner will not penalize you. Whichever item you decide to use. That is on you to decide. Now you have class, and frequency. So 0 to 10, 5, 10 to 20, 8, 20 to 30, 12, 30 to 40, 15, 40 to 50, 20, 50 to 60, 14, 60 to 70, 70 to 12, 70 to 80, 6. Now solutions. Now we both need a value, the x, the midpoint. So we need the midpoint because of f. We need the midpoint. Do we really need the midpoint?
Yeah.
If we will use the mean.
But now why do we need the midpoint?
We find the deviations from the midpoint.
Yes, correct. Naona uko gangari. Okay. So amesema we need the value of x so that we can get the deviation. That one is correct. Now we have the class. Then our midpoint, which is x. Then our frequency. Then our cumulative frequency. Then we need our DM. Then F, DM. So we have to make a median. Now before 20 is 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50, 50 to 60, 60 to 70, 70 to 80. We have 5, 8, 12, 15, 20, 14, 12. Now, yeah. Because nafasi we hapa 5, 8, 12, 15, 20, 14, 12, 6. Now let's find the midpoint. Ya kwanza ni 10 divided by 2 ni 5. That divided by 2,
15,
15, 25. No, tunadi kumi. 45, 55, 65. Confirm. CF itakuwa ni 5. Then 13,
25,
5.
40,
Uh-huh.
60,
60,
74,
Uh-huh.
86,
86,
92.
92.
I talked to DM. Division of median. Itakuwa ni okay, we need to find median. Now our median ni L plus I over F, M minus C. But our M ni N over 2. Kwa sababu 92 divided by 2, sivyo? Is that correct? Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes.
So where does it lie? Where does it lie?
The 60.
For 60 hapa. The item above it. So what will be our L? 40.
40.
Our M? 46. Our C?
40.
40. Our F? 20.
25.
Our I think ni 10. Let's find it. L tumeona ni 40. I ni 10 over 20. Then 46 minus 40. So how much is that? What will be the answer?
43.
43. Now let us find the deviation. So 5 minus 43. 5 minus 43. 38.
38.
So minus 38. Make up an equal 38. I have 15 minus 43. 28. 25 minus 43. 18. 35. Nakuja 8. 45 ni 2. 55 ni 12. 65 22. 75 32. Total summation. Okay, we don't need that one actually. We need this one. The summation that we need is the second one, which is this one. Summation of FDM. So that's what we need. So tuanze. So F, that item is 5. This one is 190. 8 times 28. 2 to 4. 12 times 18. 2 16. 15 times 8. 120. 20 times 2 is 40. 14 times 12. 168. 12 times 22. 264. 6 times 32. 192. Add the total. Unapata ngapi? 14.
14.
Now we can find our MD. This is the summation of F dm over n, which is 14 minus our F, our n will be total frequency, which is 92. Nakuja ngapi? 14 divided by 92.
15.34.
15.34. Tumalizie ingine. Coefficient of MD, mean deviation. Our deviation, mean deviation 3.4. Divided by our median. Our median was 43. So 15.34 divided by 43. 0.357. Is that one okay? Is that one okay?
Yeah.
That one okay? Let us do another question where you can be asked to compute me using a mean. So what if they ask you to compute using a mean? So illustration, let's give the last illustration. That one will be the last illustration. So that we can talk about standard deviation. Remember, standard deviation will be our last topic. Standard deviation. So let's do the last illustration. So calculate the MD and its coefficient from the data below. So I want to give you the data. But that is all about MD. Hakuna kitu kingine. That is all about the MD.
Msirab, ngoja kidogo.
Na nimeshatoa ya juu. Ya
Ya
juu
juu iko
unakumbuka?
sawa. Yes.
So I'm giving you 1 minute.
Okay.
So I'm going to use this data hapo juu. I'm going to use that data hapo juu, but I will use mean and not median. So I'm going to use mean and not median to find the mean deviation. To find the mean deviation. To find the mean deviation. Find the mean deviation. Solutions. Right? Ndio kusema hii penye yangu ni kuishi imeisha ama nini? Solutions. Tunaanza na size. Tunaanza na size. Size which is najua ni 3 to 4, 4 to 5, 5 to 6, 6 to 7, 7 to 8, 8 to 9, 9 to 10. Now let's find the x midpoint. So itakuwa ni 7 divided by 2 ni 3.5. 9 divided by 2 4.5. Unaongeza 1 5.5 6.5 7.5 8.5 9.5. I think you correct. I think that one is correct. Now our f, this is our frequency. We have 3, 7, 22, 60, 85, 32, 8. Now how do you get mean? Tuanze na mean kwanza. You go summation of fx over n. Is that correct? Is that the formula for mean?
Yes.
Now, come that's the formula for mean. Then you need to find fx. You need to find fx next. fx itakuwa ngapi? So 3.5 times 3, which is 10.5. 4.5 times 7, which is 31.5. 5.5 times 22, 121. 60 times 6.5, 390. 7.5 times 5, 637.5. 8.5 times 32, 272. 9.5 times 8, 76. Summation of fx. Hiyo ni ngapi? $15.5. Are you getting that one? Namuongea bwana.
Yes.
Now, another formula we need is the mean deviation. So to me, I mean, we call it summation of f dx, which is the deviation of x over f. So meaning, we need to find dx. Dx, then ukishapata dx, we find f dx. So you can mambo mingi. I don't prefer this one. Area to me a median. Area median. Now, but we are interested in this part. Summation of f dx. That is what we want. Now, for dx, so our mean tomorrow is 15. Hatujafanya. Let's find it. 1538.5 divided by our f. Our total f. Total f. Is it 76? Is it 76? Yes. Remember 20.24. 20.
197.
Oh, f ni ngapi?
197.
Interchange 497. Itakuja ngapi?
Napata 217.
217. Ukiadi zote kutoka hapa mpaka hapa.
Yes,
217. Yes.
10.
What is your mean now? So divided by 217. 7.1. Let's out of the new whole figure. 7.1. 7.1. Now let's find dx. Tunachukua mean, so 3.5 minus 7.1 is 3.6. 4.5. Nakipea 2.6. 5.5. 1.6. 6.5. 0.6. Remember to ignore negative. 7.5 is 0.4. 8.5, 1.4. 9.5, 2.4. Haya, twende kwa frequency. Na huyo, that 6 times 0.6 times 3, 10.8. 7 times 2.6, 7 times 2.6, 18.2. 22 times 1.6, 35.2. 60 times 0.6, 36. 85 times 0.4, 34. 32 times 1.4, 44.8. Is that correct? So 8 times 2.4, 19.2. Now find the total. 19.2. Total?
198.2. 198.2.
198.2. Now let us find our MD. Wait, this is my job. This one in the mean. Ilikuwa ni mean. This one 15, 38.5. We divide by 217, which means 7.1. So MD. Now our MD is summation of f dx over n. But remember our n in this case is frequency because we have frequency. So 198.2, not frequency, we divide by mean. Silvio, is that correct? Am I going to Raji?
Mi nama summation ya F.
Mean deviation. Yes. Oh, yeah. Divided by n. And our n is
217.
so 198. 0.91. Coefficient of mean deviation. The mean deviation divided by mean.
0.13.
0.13. Sawa, kiamla kwa sababu. Now, let us rest. We meet from 4. We do standard deviation.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Under mean deviation, the formula was summation of f dx over mean or nini median.
Over n. Check from your formula hapo nyuma, from your notes. So for mean deviation, the summation of f dx over n. But for coefficient of the mean deviation, you take the mean deviation, umepata hapo juu, you divide it with the mean. Kama umetumia mean. So in this case, umetumia mean. So you divide by mean. Is that one okay?
Okay.
So let us rest. Let's come and introduce standard deviation, which is our last part under this measure of dispersion, so that we can talk about squeeness and kurtosis. So squeeness and kurtosis, that one is something small. That one we shall finish when we meet from 4. Let us meet from 4. We do the standard deviation, and we introduce a new topic, that is the squeeness, which inaisha haraka. Hiyo haina mambo mengi. Skewness, kurtosis. So let us meet from 4 sharp. From 4 sharp, let us rest a bit. let us consume what we have done so that we tumalizie ingine. Now that point, I hope everyone is good. Let us meet from 4. So in case we don't finish kurtosis in time so that we can introduce probability, then very early in the morning tomorrow, we shall meet for probability, which is the whole topic which is meaning for us to finish everything. Then we shall find time for revision. So that one is okay up to now. Let us meet from 4. Let us meet from 4. So you have a lovely night until Badana for 4 sharp.